going on, everybody? Owner of the Freak Athlete Protocol here, Ian Jenkins, here with my boy Braxton today. He's been crushing in the program, been super consistent, and had a lot of success, dude. So we're going to highlight some of that today. We're going to talk about some of your experiences, stuff like that. But go ahead, introduce yourself. Tell everybody your first name, last name, where you play in your grad year.
My name is Braxton Thompson Godoy. I'm a senior at Burlington Notre Dame High School in Iowa. Um, and
What grad year are you? You said senior, right?
Yep,
There
I'm
you
a
go.
senior.
So, all right, man. So before joining the program, what kind of like fears, doubts, concerns did you or your parents have about joining an online program for the first time?
Well, I was a little bit worried because I've always done stuff like in person. I was a little bit scared that wouldn't be very personal if it was online.
Hmm.
But I really trust you, so I was willing to give it a shot.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And so I'm assuming that kind of trust is the thing that kind of convinced you to take the leap of faith.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome, bro. Well, hey, I appreciate that, and hopefully it's been worth your while so far, man. Let's kind of get into some of your specific improvements. So, like, what specific improvements have you seen, like speed, power, strength, mindset?
For sure, the biggest jump has been my strength and my speed. I haven't done my 60 yet because there's still snow on the ground out here in Iowa. So
Mm.
I'm gonna be doing that soon as it all melts off. But I for my 30-yard dash that I'm able to do indoors, I've shaved off zero point 0.4 seconds.
That's
Um,
incredible.
and I need to see if I get the same results for the 60, but I'm hopeful on
Hmm.
it. And then velo wise, I've jumped up 9 miles per hour off the tee.
Let's
Um,
go.
and I've been ramping it up slowly, but I think that I can get up to. I think I'm gonna be able to touch 90 off the machine here soon, but I gotta I
Hmm.
gotta get it revved up and try it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's awesome, dude. So, what? I know you haven't really been on the field just because of the environmental conditions and things like that, but have you been able to notice any kind of difference, like in your performance, whether it be in practice or anything like that?
Yeah. I feel like I don't have to swing as hard to get a hard hit. Like I can relax and I can be more in tune with mechanics than focusing on swinging hard. I can think about having a mechanically swing or sweet sound or swing. Sorry,
No,
mechanically
good,
sweet
man.
swing, and that the power that I've created is gonna take me the rest of the way.
Yeah, absolutely, man. One thing that I preach is power in the gym, contact at the plate. If you do the right things off the field, when you go to the plate, all you got to worry about is just executing your process, and the power will be there. And it just makes hitting that much easier, right? You don't have to try as hard to try and produce pop. And at the end of the day, that's going to make you more consistent because typically, the more our intensity level goes up, accuracy decreases with that. But that's
Yeah.
that's the beauty of something like this. We try and negate that. That's awesome, man. So moving on, like what would college coaches see out of you now versus before joining the program?
Well, my hope would be someone who moves around a little bit better.
Hmm.
Um, I'm an outfielder, but I don't move like an outfielder all the time. So this has been really good for being able to create more balance and being able to be more athletic.
Hmm.
And I'm excited to get on the field, track some fly balls, and hopefully my closing speed's a bit better than it was.
Yeah,
But my arm's been there. I've been able to hit, but I just really want to close the gap and the rest of my peers with speed wise. So
yeah, absolutely,
hoping
man.
hoping they see more of a rounded athlete.
Yeah, man. You're obviously making strides towards that. And you got to think like zero point 0.4 seconds off the 30 is legit and really probably the most applicable thing to the game. We like, okay, yes, the 60-yard dash is important, but it's only important for showcase reasons. I'll ask you this. At any point in your baseball career, have you ever run 60 yards in a straight line in the game?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, right. But it's just something that we have to do because it's one of the standards that we have today. So of course you got to get better at it. But if you shave zero point 0.4 off your 30, you're well on your way to having a much improved 60. With that being said, man, kind of talk about some of the non-athletic lessons you've learned since being a part of the program.
Definitely would be to ask when you need help. I've got
Mm,
I've got you. I've got Noah at ready, whenever I need help with my swing. So my biggest issue has always been mechanics wise. I didn't know quite what I was doing, and I
Hmm.
would try to like fix it on my own. But it's hard. It's hard to fix stuff on your own. You need someone there to look after you. So
Hmm.
definitely never be afraid to ask for help when you need it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. At the end of the day, the whole point of this is to give you guys as much support as you need. But why is that so important? Because you get the benefit from the experience of guys who've already done the things that you want to do. Like Noah has had well over 1,000 professional at bats at various levels, including AAA. So like having a guy to lean on his experience like that is invaluable, and hopefully you value my opinion a bit too. So
Yeah.
Um, with that being said, kind of talk about that, man. So you've been working with Noah for a little bit. I feel like one fear for a lot of people um, who would be like skeptical about joining something like this is like the communication and how fast we get back to you. Can you just kind of
Mhm.
talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, he. I remember one time I was asking him about some drills for something I was struggling with, and he was on vacation. He got back to me within like 5 minutes. He's like, "Hey, man, sorry for late response." I was like, "It was only 5 minutes." I mean, he's a great guy, and he knows what he's talking about. He was able
Hmm.
to fix me up pretty quickly, but I just took another round off the tee, and by the time I looked at my phone, he'd already sent them to me.
Hmm. Yeah, man. I the other day I was talking to somebody and they said it's almost like with in-person lessons, you get lessons once per week or maybe once every 2 weeks, and you gotta like hold your questions or things that you might want to extra help on until like the next lesson, right? And he was saying that it's like he gets a daily trainer and it's almost in real time because Noah responds so fast. And
Yeah.
dude, that's what we're all about, just pouring into you guys as much as possible. We're gonna work as hard as you do and hopefully over deliver on the promises that we made coming in, man. So I definitely feel like I definitely hope that you feel like that since being in the program. Last thing, my dude. So people think that this program is a scam, right? Because it's online training, very like unaware of it and things like that, and just don't trust it, which is completely understandable. But what would you have to say to people who think that the Freak Athlete Protocol is a scam?
I think that times are changing, and you see more and more stuff get online. I
Hmm.
don't think there's any way that this is a scam. I mean, you got someone who has major league at bats, and then you got yourself who played college D1 college baseball. I mean, that's a fountain of information that's accessible to you, and
Hmm.
whether that's online or I'm hitting with you in person, I'm getting the same information. But
Bingo,
it
man. Bingo.
but it just makes it more accessible for me because being in the middle of nowhere in Iowa, I would have to travel across state to get good lessons.
Yeah, man. Absolutely, dude. I completely understand that. And like I say all the time, man, it's like you essentially have my brain downloaded in your pocket. All you gotta do is pick it up and ask. Same thing with Noah. You got his brain downloaded in your pocket. You just pick it up and ask, shoot video and ask, and we'll be there for you, man. So uh I really want to thank you for doing this and thank you for being committed and working so hard. Like that's the whole magic to this, man. Like the beauty of it is you get to make the choice about how hard you work every day and you made that choice. So it brings me to my last question, man. What motivates you to stay consistent day in and day out?
It's I love baseball because I can challenge myself and I can see the results over time. I
Hmm.
and knowing that every day counts. So I know the next time I go to track my stuff, I know that skipping the next set is the difference between a mile per hour off my exit velocity or
Hmm.
extra couple feet on how far I'm hitting. Everything
Yeah.
adds up. You know.
Yeah, man. Absolutely, absolutely. Dude, that was phenomenal. Appreciate you hopping on, man. Keep crushing it. Looking forward to watching your success throughout the rest of your career, man. And we're always there for you, dude. So I appreciate you for doing this and I look forward to it, man. All right,
All right. Thank you. It was great talking to you.
sir.
All right.